Hey, what's up guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss. And today's bike vlog, I'm gonna be talking about some key points you wanna focus on when you're starting, beginning, or just trying to lose weight. Maybe you've been doing it for a while and it just isn't working. And it's not working because you're not in a proper calorie deficit. If you're not burning more calories than you're consuming, you're just not gonna get to the goals you wanna achieve. Just like bulking, trying to put on weight, you have to be in a calorie surplus. It's math. Now, saying that is a lot easier than applying it. Now, I haven't posted in about a week, maybe a week and a half, but I've been trying to, for a while there, I was trying to get down to 185. Starting point, 367. I'm 190, look at that. I'm 196 right now. I'm down 171 pounds, and it's just these last, say, 2 months, I've really locked in, heavy calorie deficit. And if you've been watching, there was at least 3 to 4 months where I was stuck. Might have been 5 months where I was stuck between that 222, 220 to 230 range. And I was just fluctuating in between that. And I can admit it was because there was too many days where I wasn't hitting the deficit that I wanted. Too many days where I was consuming more. And I knew that, and I understood that. And that's why it went up and down. And I was like, man, I really want to lock in. I want to get down to this certain weight. And as closer I get down to it, I'm 196 now. I've been doing research. I've been looking at other physiques. And I think I want to get down to 165. See how far I can go. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good. I only do 30 minutes of arms right now. And the idea of that is, when I get down to 165, I want to drop down from the 2 hours. I want to do an hour and 30 minutes of cardio, and I want to do an hour of weights. And I'm hoping with that to build more muscle, but I want to have a lean base. But this video, it's about what we're focusing on, and the deficit is so important. And I always try and say, all of the videos, they always harken back to try starting to exercise first. And I say pick a cardio. Cardio is gonna melt fat loss off. I recommend the bike because it's the easiest, lowest form of entry, the easiest barrier of entry for any exercise, I believe. Swimming is cool, but you gotta get a pool. You gotta go somewhere. Stationary bike or a treadmill you can set up in your home. But a treadmill, you gotta get on there, you gotta run. Fuck. I was watching Gen V today. Just fucking on the bike. Watched an episode, played some Marvel Snap. Here I am making this video. I mean, the bike is so fun and easy. I recommend everyone utilize it for their weight loss journey. But obviously, that's not the only key component. But I feel like if you focus on that at the start, and then you begin to implement the diet, I say maybe 3 months is a good recommendation of working out and just trying to minimize your calories, but track everything. And then once you're kind of in the feel of the exercise, I could say 1 to 3 months, anywhere where you feel, when you need to start doing that. But just starting by tracking your calories, just the normal calories you already eat now without changing anything, and slowly reducing that by 100 a week, 200 a week. If you could do 100 a day, 200 a day, that's great. But for some people, it's hard to restrict too fast. And what happens when you restrict calories too much, too fast, you're gonna relapse, you're gonna binge eat. And that's what you wanna avoid. The idea is to really consume foods that have enough nutrients and supplementation to keep you satiated throughout the day during a calorie deficit. Will there be brain fog? Yeah. Will you feel tired? Sometimes. But I've found that the bigger calorie deficit you're in, once you do consume, the energy you have. There's times where I might have the brain fog from being hungry. And then I'll start doing something at work. I'll start just fucking moving my body. Boom. I'm good. You're just on point. Utilizing caffeine properly without abusing it. Caffeine can be a great tool for your weight loss journey. You just don't want to overdo it, But focusing in on that calorie deficit is going to be the most important factor to see results, but I still feel like beginning that exercise, beginning that cardio, and then I only feel that way is because that's what plateaued me. Doing the exercise, getting on the bike 5 days a week, and then it got moved into 6 days. Doing that is what helped push forward into fixing my diet. And it took a time. For the first probably year and 6 months, 7 months, dog shit. I mean, I was lowering the calories, but the foods I was picking, the things I was making, they weren't the best options. They weren't the best choices. Now, I know what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to achieve out of my food, and what foods I need to cook to keep me satiated, full, and feeling good and strong so I can continue losing weight and trying to build muscle. And always remember, I'm saying things to focus on and things to try. This shit ain't easy. But picking the bike as your form of cardio, 10, 20, maybe 40 times easier than any other form of cardio you're gonna do. Now, maybe you can't afford a bike. Going outside and walking can be just as good. Maybe you can't really get too much in. Push-ups, sit-ups, and a calorie deficit can take you a long way. But your body, your strength, your health, it affects more than you think. If you are down, depressed, and lonely, and out of shape, and you don't work out, try working out. I'm not saying it's gonna fix your problems. It's not gonna make you more money. It's not gonna fix your social life. But what it will do is it takes your focus away from most of the negatives. I don't think about fucking bullshit when I'm like, oh, yeah, I gotta work out, I gotta do this, I gotta cook my food, I gotta hit these goals. When you have these things set forth, you're not thinking about the bullshit. And I would far as to say, if your body's strong, your mind is strong, that, your mental will follow. And I strongly believe that. I went from 367 pounds. I always had strong mental fortitude, but the confidence, the understanding of my body, I am at a heightened level where it's like nothing can faze me. Nothing can stop me, And it's something I want for everyone to feel and achieve and overcome. And I know you can do it. I'm telling you, when I say I was 367 pounds, I got pictures. You can go look on social media. Fucking huge. And I was the Burger King for breakfast, McDonald's for lunch, Jack in the Box for dinner type of guy. I haven't had fast food in almost 2 months now. And that was once, that 1 month. Cooking your own food, making it taste good, dictating what you're putting in it, it's bar none. It's amazing. And it seems hard. Oh, how do you have time to cook your own meals? I have kids, I have a job. If you have a time to watch a movie, if you have time to do anything, if you have time to scroll on TikTok, and I know everyone needs that time, but I promise you, if you make the time to exercise and to work out for yourself, that extra time, that time that you need to decompress, it'll come. You just have to try, you have to want, you have to achieve. DMs are always open if anyone needs help. Hope you start your weight loss journey today and stay positive.